Welcome back to Singularity. So, if anything sounds a bit different tonight, kind of annoyingly so, it's because I'm doing the commentary for this session in post-op because MSI Afterburner decided it didn't want to actually record the track number 3 for audio. Anyway, in this session I have forced 16 times 16XQ CSAA, I think. I'll check NVIDIA control panel to confirm this. But it still looks like shit on a few things, like the circle behind me, but as far as anti-aliasing goes, the game should look a hell of a lot better. Granted, the textures have been forced to have incredibly high-quality filtering put on. They still look like shit. Like this, something out of 1994. Now, success! I've managed to create a time manipulation device in a form smaller than my original prototype. Not unlock it away where Dr. DEMICHEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEE works fully while messing up initially. So I decided to explore this area a bit before checking out the film archive. Also, with this ridiculous setup, it's incredibly hard to see these notes, so I may mess up on reading them more than I initially did. That's the path to progression. Ergo, I will ignore it. Down here I've gotten stuck on something, which was clearly not playtested, and a note. The prototype is completed. A quite clunky large beast it is. I need a more elegant solution, but for now, this is fine. And I kind of feel like I'm speed reading these a bit, just to try to fit everything into an unknown time slot. But seems to be lining up pretty solidly. Also, that's a bit of a bizarre ladder, because the only rungs that work are the bigger ones up top. Anyway, this leads to a slight secret, I suppose you could call it. Medkit, some E99 tech. And fun with ladders, of course.
Greetings, esteemed colleagues and members of the Bullet Bureau. My name is Dr. Victor Barisov, and I am head of research for Katorga 12. Investigation into E99 is proving more fruitful than I had dared hope. The most recent discovery is that the element can be used to change the time state of items. This is test trial 143 of the time manipulation device, or TMD as it is more commonly referred to. As you can see, the TMD is able to revert items to their original state, or rapidly age them. Care must be taken not to point the device at a living creature. The effect is very unpleasant. I have already begun working on a smaller version of the device. Unfortunately, the TMD will only work on objects that are imbued with E99. I am making great strides in my research and will continue to do so. To communist victory!
Okay, move the mic here, so things might be sounding a little different in another way. Anyway, here I spent a fair bit of time complaining about how they handled the old-timey film effect. Basically, it looks like they created it by throwing the video into a Windows Movie Maker filter from 2006 or some shit. Possibly older. And just left it at that, thinking that's good enough for an old-time film, without taking into the fact that the old-time film certainly doesn't do the kind of camera angle switches that you see in a modern-day reality show. Like all of these video logs end up showing. And they tend to have lower frame rate. They don't look quite that smooth. Granted, this is 1950s rather than 1912, so it's not nearly as egregious an issue as fucking BioShock Infinite was in that regard, but just looks way too much like modern film with a shitty overlay put on it. The cave has been abundant ore, and the miners left some equipment. I should be able to conduct experiments without distraction. This canister created with E99 infused metal seems to respond to the device. Ha ha. I will spell out my laughter. I will also Call of Duty knife this container. And this door will close behind me. Ah yes, here I started adjusting my sensitivity, because for some reason during the first session, I don't know why, but my mouse software reset the active profile to defaults, which messed with all of my DPI settings, of course, and well, pretty much just the read rate and the DPI got messed with. All the button assignments were perfectly fine, so I had to readjust them here.
Hello, I am Dr. Beresov, and this is Moscow Initiative Research Project, Film Log 19, relating to potential applications of the time manipulation device. Now, the device, or TMD as I come to refer to it, uses...
Alright, so here I think I may have run into a bit of confusion. Yes, confusion regarding the button mappings and what the actions were. Because for some reason I thought the impulse attack was the what was the name of the attack again? I think it was Age. Yeah, Age. That one. I mixed the effects of the two up, so I thought the Age was being activated by mouse 3, which is middle mouse button, rather than thumb mouse 1, which is supposed to be called mouse 4, or mouse button 4 in most other situations. So it takes a bit to get back on track and recognize the correct button to use. There we go. And I think it's at this point that I retract my complaints about it, because it was simply my fault. Also, goddamn, do I have a headache. Now, reverting or digging around with the edge of the columns is completely pointless. It doesn't do anything other than give you a little practice as to how the mechanics work. It's that you have to interact with, that panel. And here we have a tutorial for the melee attack, which completely replaces the Call of Duty style knife. Which is, still kind of mixed on that. It's certainly a lot more useful, but at the same time, it forces your melee attack to, like, Generally speaking, the melee attack is intended to provide you with a way to attack without using up any limited resources. Find Barracuda. And now the melee attack has been forced to use a finite resource. Thankfully, as of the end of this session, resources for that energy is so abundant you don't have to worry about running out. Plus, this is a whole regeneration thing. Which I'm not the biggest fan of regeneration, but it's kind of handy, I guess. Also, a semi-interesting thing about the Age power is that apparently uses up your power if you use it on a living target, but doesn't use any power if you use it on an object. Kind of a bizarre design decision there, to be honest. Okay, I'll just move this closer to me, even though I don't have the pop filter on it, so I don't know how well it's gonna affect things, but I don't really have, or rather I'm just seeing the waveforms being a bit quiet here. Anyway, here we have a little puzzle, complete with, air quotes. That leads you up to a little secret, which is, well, honestly, it's nice in terms of making things a little less linear. Not really anything to complain about, to be honest.
Renko, I've got you on the GPS. For all our sakes, I hope you got the TMD. You must use it to go back to 1955 and stop DEMICHEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEEE to be?
Some of the planes have absorbed the E99 properties. Perhaps they can be affected by the device as well. I think I may have found that after having already tested it. That was considerably less annoying than, per se, or for example, a tutorial prompt popping up and saying the same thing. I also initially thought that this would have been an actual branching path. And that's why I went back for it in the first place, but it just stores some E99. And I keep getting stuck on physics objects that like to clip through the world, which is just fantastic. Here's another puzzle with air quotes. It's... well... Worklog of Dr. Viktor Beresov. Workmen discovered a cavern full of E99 deposits below my lab the other day. This would explain why our readings were off. I am having it sealed off to try and insulate our work from its effects. Yes, it's still better than the fucking Bell puzzle at the beginning of BioShock Infinite. Game made for fucking morons, apparently. So, not that terrible. Not that terrible puzzle, that is. Right, let's see. Yes. Taking care of this, we'll open the door, which, well, the lift door, and the stairs will take you to a secret. Which is basically...
You should be coming upon a rift in time. They formed when the Singularity exploded, and the island is dotted with them.
Yes, it's basically the equivalent of the Eve hypo in BioShock. In functionality and whatnot. Not quite sure why I'm standing still here. Adjusting the microphone once again, because it's not picking me up at all. Alright, so here we have another tutorial popping up to tell me how to do the stuff that I have been doing for the past 5 or 10 minutes. And was already... Oh yeah, that's right! I was showing off how terrible the default field of view was. And comparing it with the updated boosted one, which is 35 degrees higher than default. I don't know what default is, but it's just terrible. I know that much. It's time to do a time warp.
Laboratory is under security lockdown. All personnel must evacuate immediately.
And this is a really useful ability. It's basically an even more pointless version of the "show me where to go because I'm too fucking stupid to figure it out" button in Dead Space 2 and in Skyrim. I'd honestly say it's even worse here than in either of those, because here the game is incredibly linear. Well, not incredibly linear, but it is very linear. And you don't really need a line to tell you, you need to walk down this one corridor that is the only corridor you can actually walk down to get to the next objective. Not sure what exactly happens if you don't shoot the guys. I haven't actually let it play out long enough. Also, here's a terrible scripted event. A nice bit of a delayed reaction. I really hope I'm not popping my microphone here. It's far enough away from me that I shouldn't be, but I've got nothing to deal with it right now. And this is the only way I can have the thing set up and still be able to actually see the screen that I'm recording for. Now, I don't know for sure if I just wasn't aiming at the right spot, but it doesn't seem like age works on the guy with the riot shield. Maybe if I aimed it at his legs, but I didn't really have time to do so. With all the angry Russian men rushing at me. It's not a terribly difficult area here. Oh yeah, here I'm just trying to see if... yeah, if my normal crouch button works. And it does! Hooray! Don't know what the fuck the problem was in the first one. First session, but it didn't work then. Ah, more testing of the powers. This one allows you to interact with it with your own powers. E99 is even more powerful than I could have imagined. There was an accident today. A prototype TMD exploded. The radiation killed 3 of my assistants. But I cannot allow this to stop my work. It is too important. All of mankind will benefit if I am successful. Are you sure about this? Somebody's still yelling around here, so that means somebody's still alive, I guess. So instead of dealing with that, let's just speed up time on these 2 clocks. Listen to the Deus Ex originating. Well, not originate, but whatever, you know what I mean. The fucking sound that I heard last, or earliest in Deus Ex, with the alarm. And get some free tech out of the deal. Cheery ammo, in case anybody's using that piece of shit pistol. And I just shot his arm off. Bloody. A little bit of behavior that I think was kind of kept within Raven software from Wolfenstein 2009. Here I'm just looking around and stuff, I guess. For moving on to another cutscene. Well, not really cutscene, but a bit of story that's, well, you'll see.
I won't wake you. I don't recall asking your permission. Just think about it. The new Beresov has a nice ring. The DMD? How? You saved my life. You're wearing the DMD and an American uniform. Something must have gone terribly wrong. Follow me. I need my notes.
Well? Well, this is kind of anticlimactic. Oh, he's gun sticking through the door. Fantastic. So yeah, this is the problem with Modern games over-relying on fucking scripting everything. See, when the script doesn't work, shit like this happens. The heartbeat sound keeps popping up even though my health is above half. And I'm pretty sure it's only supposed to be playing, you know, when the health is incredibly low. So here I am, shooting a dude through a door. Waiting to be able to do anything. Anything at all. And running around. And you know the solution? Reload checkpoint. Which is apparently at the beginning of this fucking level, even though I'm even reviewing it right now and I didn't catch it this time either, but I'm pretty certain that there was a pop-up about getting a checkpoint at the room where you shoot the dude out the window. So anyway, since I'm running this post-op and don't have my first impression insights handy, I'll just cut out the redos. There were a couple because I kind of got careless in trying to rush through this and died a couple times.
No, I won't let you. I don't recall asking your permission. Just think about it. Premier Beresov. It has a nice ring. That's not what we created the Singularity for. I tried to be nice. I tried to include you. But make no mistake, I will kill you if you don't tell me where the TMD is. You wouldn't. Do I look like I am bluffing, Victor? Very well. You give me no choice. The DMD? How? You saved my life. You're wearing the TMD and an American uniform. Something must have gone terribly wrong. Follow me. I need my notes.
Oh look, the script actually worked this time. How nice. Ha. Also, remember the events of this. Remember the events that just transpired. Oh, he shot Demicheev, killed him, and he fell out a window.
Two guards. Can you dispose of them?
Niet. Remember what happens, because it gets brought up again later. Fantastic. That was simple. Also, these boxes are all Fulbright, which is really fucking lazy and terrible.
Demicheev would be angry when we refused to work on the Singularity, but I never imagined he would resort to this. Let me get my notes. Damn it! It won't open. The TMD manipulates the aging process of objects, making them, for lack of a better word, older or younger. Even the safe can decay over enough time. We're running out of time. Please, age the safe with the TMD. Take this. It is a prototype E99 weapon. It can be unstable, but should help tip the odds in our favor.
And this is where a fair bit of fun gets to begin. This weapon is awesome. Look at this, I'm missing all these people that are right in my fucking face, but I don't care. To get to make this shot fly off and hit somebody else. And apparently a grenade exploded right next to me. I didn't notice that when I was playing. I just kind of figured I got shot, and that's why I lost that much health. There's actually quite a bit of leeway with the shots from this gun. Makes it really handy. So you can control where the bullet goes really, really easily. It's like not a problem at all. Really nice. So yeah, you can control it really easily. So that those two dudes that I passed there, I could very easily have just turned and hit them a lot sooner than I did. I suppose there's a bit of fun to be had with making him think that you missed the shot and having it fly around and hit him in the back. Granted, this kind of weapon behavior is what I swear happens in a lot of fucking multiplayer shooters I shoot or I play. And often feel like taking the disc out, if there were a disc, and shooting. Though in my case, I'm, running, getting hit a few times, yeah, but still alive. Get behind cover, and then, I don't know, get hit by another fucking bullet that does exactly what these bullets are doing. And it's really fucking irritating. That's why multiplayer shooters are shit. Anyway, a bunch of ammo and medkits just laying around in these labs. Along with a couple guys, and our good friend Dr. Barracuda just kind of rushes up right next to him and stands there. But that's okay, because he's invulnerable, conveniently. Now let's just search around this area a bit. There's some E99 tech. And probably some more E99 tech. Yep. Now the entire purpose of picking all this E99 tech up appears a bit later. It'll take a bit to get to that point, but well, what the hell, it's hardly a spoiler. Basically, it's your upgrade points. First time I missed a shot with this gun. It's quite disappointing. Yeah, it's kind of like how, I guess, Souls work in Dark Souls. And, second missed shot. Well, why am I trying to make analogies? It's a total waste of fucking time. Basically, it's just currency for upgrades for the... well, for yourself, basically. Upgrade your health, upgrade some of your abilities, etc. That sort of thing. Boom. It's such a shame that this gun is a very limited amount of time use sort of thing. Granted, if this gun was available throughout the entire game, I don't think I would replace it with anything, ever. It would probably make a lot of situations pretty trivial, when they're clearly meant to be somewhat difficult. Here we've got another set of labs. This one's a bit boring. Just a bit of anti-gravity. That doesn't really do much. Lifts the box and then drops it. Bit more tech. This one does that. Pretty fancy shader effect, I must admit. And I think I just watch a film now. Unless there's a note that I decide to read. What am I doing here? I'm guessing I was on about some subject, but now I'm not.
The following demonstrates the practical applications of my breakthroughs in controlling E99 temporal distortions. The deadlock is a device that upon activation freezes all time within a radius. The effect has a limited duration, and it can be disabled with the use of gravimetric energy. It can be reactivated simply by deploying it again. The time distortion field also makes a very useful shield. I am certain that within a year my research will provide us with weapons that far surpass anything the West has. Then we can begin our conquest to communist victory. For the Soviet Union!
Interesting stuff, I presume. Amazing! The discovery of E99 has unlocked more possibilities than even I had initially imagined. We have managed to harness its potential in a device that Dr. Demicheeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeee itself. Simply amazing. Amazing indeed. I presume. Don't remember if I got to the point of the game where they give you the deadlock or not. I don't know, I played this just yesterday, but fucking the headache popping up tonight is ruining any chance of remembering things properly. More Centurion ammo in case you wanted to use that over something actually useful at this point. And a medkit that I think actually ended up being kind of pointless because it was a stim pack nearby. Possible, I don't really remember if that is the case or not.
Just a little further. This is where our paths must part. Do not worry about me. I will find safety in that tower. And rest assured, we will meet again. Use the TMD to activate that rift. It will take you back to your time.